Hi, this is Marvin at First Presbyterian in Columbia, and the spirit of summer word for today, Wednesday, June 23rd, is whippoorwill. Do you know what a whippoorwill is? You may have heard of a whippoorwill before, although I kind of doubt that you've ever seen one. A whippoorwill is a bird. It is in the nightjar family, and nightjars are nocturnal birds. They are awake at night and they eat insects. And the whippoorwill is known for its distinctive call. I'm not going to try to imitate it, but it sounds like its name, whippoorwill. And the sound of the whippoorwill I associate with summer because when I was a kid, Dad would open the sliding glass door that went out to the back porch of our house, and we would go out and we would hear the whippoorwill. Although now that I'm an adult, and my brother pointed this out to me, I don't think it was a whippoorwill we were hearing. I think it was something called poor, no, a Chuck Will's widow, which is very similar to a whippoorwill, the sound anyway. And my brother pointed this out to me because we were talking about our memories of the whippoorwill or the Chuck Will's widow. He was always really scared of the sound of the whippoorwill. I always thought the whippoorwill sound was intriguing, and I wondered what the bird looked like, but I couldn't see it because it was nighttime. But John, he was really scared of the sound. It just kind of unnerved him. And that's interesting because there's a lot of folklore and myths surrounding the whippoorwill or surrounding nightjars in general. Uh, it's said one of the legends is that if you hear a whippoorwill near your house, it's an omen of death. Maybe that's why my brother was so scared of the whippoorwill. But as it turns out, there was nothing to be afraid of because we'd hear the whippoorwill every summer, and it never was, an omen of death. He just kind of kept showing up and kept singing, and we just kind of kept on living when we were kids. But there's other stories about nightjar birds in general. The nightjars in the Roman Empire were called goat suckers because people believed that they had the ability to drink milk from the udders of goats. Now, probably what was happening was the birds were flying around the undersides of the goats and picking off the insects that might accumulate there, and somebody came to the wrong conclusion. And uh, these myths, these folk tales, they're kind of fun to listen to, but they're mostly harmless. But there are other myths and other tales that are spun that are more dangerous. And really, it seems like these days, even though we live in these supposedly modern scientific times, that there are more myths being produced and being sent around at light speed because of social media than were ever circulated in the primitive and superstitious days of old. And I was thinking about this and reflecting on it and reflecting on all the misinformation that has gone on that's been so damaging in the last year having to do with COVID-19. And so, in the rest of this video, I just want to turn from birds to talk about COVID and about what you can do to keep yourself safe and maybe to distinguish myths from facts. The COVID-19 vaccine is safe and effective. It's been rigorously tested and approved by the Food and Drug Administration. It's very effective at preventing COVID-19, and the side effects are normal and they tend to go away in a few days. When I got my COVID shots, the only side effects I had were some pain and some arm soreness. I know some other people who had some fever and chills, but their side effects went away shortly thereafter. It's free for everybody in the United States. You don't have to have insurance to get it. And even if you've had COVID before, getting the vaccine can provide an extra layer of protection. So if you haven't gotten vaccinated, go ahead and get vaccinated, especially now that some new mutations and variants of the COVID-19 virus are circulating, which are more easily transmissible and may cause more serious symptoms. It's really important to get vaccinated. So this summer, if you're outside at night and you hear the sound of a whippoorwill, let that be a reminder to you to get vaccinated and to stay safe and to protect yourself from COVID and to protect those whom you love from getting COVID from you. So take care and God bless.